Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is hanging with us today as well. And we got some special guests in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, Jagged Edge. Right here. How y'all brothers doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing, man?
Long time. I haven't seen y'all in a minute.
I know, man.
It's been a minute, man.
Growing up a little bit.
That's right. I always like to say this is one of the groups that y'all guys don't break up at all, huh? Y'all,
we ain't never broke up. Yeah,
but how? We see every R&B group, there's always a breakup, there's always a revival. How do y'all stay so tight?
Man, we like each other. I mean, half the group is us. Right. So clearly we love each other, right?
Right.
A little easier that way.
But your brothers is the one that be fighting.
Nah. We be on the same page.
Absolutely, man. No doubt.
Our fighting day is over with.
That's it.
You get grown, you don't want to fight.
You don't fight no more. Just make the money.
That's
and
it.
You never know, though.
And we never
And all of y'all still are in Atlanta? All of y'all in
ATL.
all of us.
And that's where all y'all originally from?
No, me and him originally from Hartford, Connecticut.
Connecticut, y'all up here.
Up the road, yeah. Shout out to Hartford.
Down the street.
So let's start. I always like to start from the beginning when you guys come here. So how did y'all guys form the group for people that don't know? How did Jagged Edge form?
All right, whoever want to take this.
Well, me and my brother was
In the womb.
you know what I'm saying? Partners from day one. You know what I mean? But we had this group when we first got to Atlanta. We was about 15 years old. I don't know why this is. Keep it on my phone.
Just like that.
I dropped it out there first. I'm like, this 20 want to go to somebody. But, so we was in another group when we first got to Atlanta. Not when we first got there, but when we first started singing. And it was two other guys, and we sang at this church picnic. Kyle was at the church picnic. He came to us at the church picnic and said, listen, man, I got a group. Why don't y'all drop the other two and come get with me? He didn't even have a group. But we didn't know that, though. We used to see Kyle around anyway because me and him was basketball players, and his cousin was playing on our team. So we knew each other from that and passing. And then once we actually sat down and talked and we realized he could sing too, we put it together. It was another member at first, and he fizzled out somewhere along the way, and we picked up Wingo. And, we've been together ever since.
Absolutely.
Since we about 15, we've been in this group.
Now, where did the name come from?
The name came from, if y'all remember, think back to, I want to say like 91, 92, was a group came out of Atlanta called A Few Good Men. They were signed to LaFace.
Yep.
So just the name of their group got me looking at movie titles. And during this time, I happened to be at Candy House, right? And she had all these movies, like all these just, rows of movies. And I started looking at the movies, and when I seen the movie Jagged Edge, it's almost like it jumped out like, hey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I said to them, and everybody was like, yeah. Like not one person pushed back. Everybody was like, yeah, that's a dope
That's
name.
it.
And this was after y'all were already signed to So Def?
No,
this was
So you had a
before.
relationship with Candy before?
Yes.
Like what's
only like a year prior to us signing. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
and
yeah.
what was the relationship? Was it just like music stuff or like how
Well,
did you just
Wingo went to school. Wingo went to school with Candy.
Yeah,
they was in high school
We
together.
graduated the same
So when we
class,
did our demo, he took it to Candy House just playing it for her, just like, getting her approval. Wasn't even trying to get a deal or nothing. She liked it so much, she was like, she called Wingo one day like, you still in that group? Y'all still trying to get a deal? He was like, yeah. So we made the deal with Candy. If you get us a deal, you can manage us.
Absolutely.
There it is. She got us a deal. So she was our first manager.
Candy
once
was
we
your
signed.
first manager?
Yeah.
She get to the money in the business side
Yeah,
though. So
don't
how was she as a manager in the early days?
I mean,
She was getting her feet wet as
But I'll always tell anybody, like, as far as being an active artist and trying to manage, managing somebody's like having kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to be up for them 5:30 phone calls, and it's just a lot. You know what I mean? So,
And also, too, shout out to Tiny, too, because she was just as instrumental.
Absolutely.
Without Tiny, she was like the direct link to JD on
Absolutely.
the business side.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So without her, it wouldn't
shout
have
out
happened. as well.
Zebo.
And
Did y'all
want to sign a Social Def at the time? Or was that the goal? Like that's where y'all wanted to go?
I mean, we had, to be honest, we had a couple deals on the table.
Right.
It was Rowdy,
Mercury.
at the time. Remember Mercury?
Yeah, I remember.
Right.
It was Rowdy, Mercury, and then Social Def came in there at the end of those offers, and I just think Candy did what she said what she was going to do,
Right,
and that meant a lot to us. So we was going to do what we said we was going to do.
Yeah. How instrumental was Jermaine Dupri with y'all now? Like, do y'all still like call him about music? You know, for all the original parts, Volume 1. I know.
I mean, you know, Jermaine, he that's our guy forever.
Right.
But you know, as much as I love Jermaine, I hit Jermaine about all kind of shit, but. You know, it's rough to get Jermaine to do some shit for you.
Right. I'll be honest with you.
If he ain't a part of it, you know what I'm saying? Like I've had a tough time getting his involvement in things that he wasn't really, you know, spearheading. You know?
Honestly, Jermaine is why we are writers and producers. Well, at least producers. We was always writers.
Right.
But through dealing with him, we not like, you can't just put us on a back burner. We not,
right.
you know what I mean? You can't tie our hands. You can't. Right. So we figured out how to go make beats ourselves. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Learn how to play the keys ourselves. Learn how to do this stuff. So he's a big reason why. And I'm not saying in a negative way. Gotcha. Just understanding that it takes more than just one man to stop what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing about us, man, we not petty. You know what I'm saying?
That's
you
our
did something for us. We kind of respect the blessings.
He took a chance with us, man.
We took a chance, so we respect the blessing
Absolutely.
and keep it moving. But we was already a self-contained group.
Yeah.
We was already writing. We was already like what we were gonna wear on the show. So we really didn't need anything but the money, I guess.
And the backing, the pushing,
A bunch of money.
We ain't need nothing but everything.
But other than that,
much
you know, we
love
was
to JD for real.
self-contained. But much love to JD.
Right, for
like
sure.
you
That's
know,
our family forever.
we just knows a lot of bashing when it comes to.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, we ain't doing
No,
that.
that's our
And when did y'all leave So Def? And why?
We actually, So Def left us.
Right.
You know, he had a situation with Columbia. They couldn't get on the same page, so he left and went to, where did he go?
Arista first?
Arista
First, right.
So he went to Arista, and Columbia basically told him,
He
like,
couldn't
if
take
you,
us
want,
in my
if you want them, you're going to have to pay for a football team. You know what I'm saying? And JD was like, I don't want them that bad.
I done made me some money. Yeah, they wouldn't let them take us and Bow Wow. So we wanted to go, but you know what I mean? It wasn't in the cards at the time.
So when y'all left at that time, that's when it completely stopped. He never said, I'm not writing for y'all producing because y'all weren't on the label at that time?
No,
He was on the next album.
we got back together with Jermaine two different times.
Right.
We went to Def Jam with Jermaine, and then we did an album with E2 with Jermaine. So yeah, I mean we've you know, the music game in itself is a complicated business, and I think you know, keeping your relationships tight is something that you have to do. But at the same time, if you can't get on the same page with somebody, you have your own goals, your own dreams, and that's what you got to follow. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. Yeah.
Knowing that y'all still got hits like Let's Get Married and Promise and all that. Like, how does that feel to know that? I just saw a video that went viral where somebody had proposed to their girl and they had a nigga singing acapella Let's Get Married. Did y'all see that?
I saw that.
What are y'all reactions from that? Other than it being funny and they should have picked somebody else, like a vote. But like knowing that shit still hit. Like,
it's love, man.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
It's an amazing feeling. Like, you know, we was talking about this the other day. Like, we definitely didn't get it to be a one-hit wonder, right?
Yeah.
And we definitely wanted to have a career that was, you know, filled with, you know, longevity. So when you see things like that, you realize you done hit your mark a little bit. You know what I mean? But we ain't done though. But yeah, it feels good though.
Y'all
you know what I'm
celebrating
saying?
25 years of the J.E. Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Let's Get Married this point.
Yeah.
What are some like stories, like, because I know you guys have probably been like just reminiscing because it's 25 years and celebrating. What are some stories that like we probably never heard in the making of some of the iconic songs? So Let's Get Married, He Can't Love You, like that.
Wow.
Like, Brian, you laughing? What's the? Oh, sorry. Brandon, sorry.
You was close.
One or the other.
Honestly, feeling like we got so many stories, but it's like, how many of them is really suitable for TV?
The thing that this goes on TV through Tubi though, so it's a little bit different. It's like
you can
digital.
say whatever the hell you want on air.
Oh, we can cuss. Please cuss.
Would you guys like me to pour you a drink? Are you comfortable?
No, we good.
All right.
I saw in an interview Beyonce dad like threw y'all off of a tour bus.
What
happened with that?
That's trying to holler at Beyonce.
No.
When
You know
was
what's
it?
you know what's so
Surprise,
amazing?
Brandon.
Like when it happened, somebody said to us, "Y'all gonna be talking about this for the rest," and they
Y'all
was
career.
they was damn right. Like y'all still be talking about it.
I know what happened.
So basically, we was on tour with Destiny Child, And at the time, Matthew was our manager, so we was sharing the tour bus. Us and Desi Child, we all on one tour bus.
How big was that bus?
It was
nice.
12
bus.
And so, you know, I think it's probably well documented that LaToya has had different issues with, you know, the crew. This particular night, LaToya's mom was on the road, Miss Pam. Shout out Miss Pam.
Right.
And Miss Pam obviously had issues with the crew. So Matthew called, even though he wasn't in the city, he called back to the road manager like, you know, Miss Pam ain't getting on that bus.
Right.
And we was like, well, we not leaving her out in the middle of Louisiana
Right,
somewhere.
2 in the morning.
Right, so she is going to get on the bus. That dude had the police called on us, had us removed from the bus.
Get on the bus.
We all getting on the bus. So, yeah, I mean, but, you know, we just felt like whatever the issue is, it can't be that serious that you're going to leave somebody out here.
Right,
You know
and
what
you're
I
not
mean?
even here.
And you're not even here.
It was somebody's
You know what I
mom,
mean?
man.
Right.
If it was your mom, you know what I'm saying, we would have
Y'all did
stood
what
up the
was right.
same way.
Right.
on, man.
Exactly.
I mean,
we did what was right. So.
Hey man, you know
Okay.
originally, but we from the South, and you know, we mama boys.
Hospitality,
You
yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So we
Right.
kind of
do
felt
that.
that, like, man, we mama's boys, so we had a obligation, but we wanted to whoop Matthew. We catch you by the bathroom at one of these concerts. We gonna air your ass out. So shouts out to Matthew for not going by that bathroom.
Because the story goes because you were dating Latavia at the time, Brandon, and then she told the story on a radio station. She was saying that you stuck up for the group, like you were the one about to go off, so you was at the bathroom.
Well, we
looking
all
for-
did,
all
but
did.
I mean, I definitely went in the room with the girls. You know, I just seen it like I said, like if it was my mother, it would have been worse than that. Like I would have turned, it would have got nasty and ugly. So I didn't want it to go that far. So I tried to have a conversation with the girls. I couldn't talk to Matthew. He didn't make himself
he was
available.
in New York.
But you know, I tried to make the other girls who's was in the group with LaToya, support her, and they all just kind of let me know that they had different issues with LaToya and her mother, and that's why it was this bad. So.
And even to be fair to them, because I talked to Kelly about this after that, and it got to a point where she even felt like, well, at this point, it's out of my hands. Once Matthew took control of it, they didn't feel like they even had much of a say anyway. So, you know what I mean?
It is what it is.
I did want to ask too. They used to pit 112 against you guys, right?
Absolutely.
And it was a thing. Was it ever a beef or was it just always fun?
It was Charlamagne did it, man.
You know what, man? It was never a real beef. Like, I don't know how many people know this, but them guys like brothers though.
Yeah, that's how I remember.
Like, out of all the male groups we've been on shows with or just been around or in our era, I should say, 112 is our closest friend.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was never a real beef. But it got a little testy at one point.
At what point and what happened? What was the reason?
When we was coming back from a tour we was on, and we was pulling into the city, me and
The day
Kyle
our
was
album
together.
dropped.
And
Kicked
we
them out the bus?
heard
Y'all kicked them out the bus this time?
we just heard them on the radio talking some trash, and me and Kyle just made a beeline of where they was at.
I was taking my braids.
And
I
it
had 8 braids. I'm like,
It was just me and him. We knew all 4 of them was there. We didn't even care.
Right.
We was ready to do whatever had to be
What
done.
did they
you
say
know
that
what
was
I'm saying?
that bad?
well,
They
it
were
was a
just talking
live
a lot of-
remote.
it
Well, it
was
was
a
a
lot of
live
stuff.
remote. V103 Ryan Cameron.
Playing the Hollywood.
He was Planet Hollywood, so you know how old that is. Planet Hollywood. So they was doing that album, I guess, a release.
No, it was the day
It
our
was
album
it was
dropped.
the day our album dropped.
Yeah, but
They was-
but
they was
your album
doing
dropped.
something. They was doing something.
They
I
was
forgot
doing
what it was.
something, and
A live remote.
they was subliminally talking. And he said, well, you know, 112 is a...
No, he said this. I remember. I'll never forget it. I don't know if Ryan Cameron had asked him the question, but Q said something like, "How could Jagged be the best group? They only got 2 lead singers, a cheerleader, and a rah-rah man."
And I said, hey,
Wow.
I'm the rah-rah guy.
Right, that's talking about you.
Me and that guy went up there on the mission. Nothing happened. Like nothing happened.
cheerleader?
But
Who
was supposed
we
to be the
wanted it to.
cheerleader?
Man, that wasn't
I
right.
guess
We
it was
go-
Wingo. I guess.
Yeah.
I was asleep that day. I don't know what happened. Man.
No, we ain't waiting nobody else. We went straight there.
And I honestly think, like, Ryan, because they was really trying to put us on tour together. So Ryan was trying to create something to to drive the traffic, but
nobody
you can't do it without telling us. Like, you see what I'm saying?
So he was taking the piss to everything they was doing.
We could talk shit back really good. You know what I mean?
But y'all wouldn't say that when we was in the room, no way.
Yeah,
so that's the issue too. Like, come on,
I mean,
man.
because I was the first person to ever seen that group before. You see what I'm saying? I'm the one turning them on to their management. They had to do it before us. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like just like Brandon
He
said.
was almost in one 20.
Yeah, like they were gonna try to put me in there for a second. They were like, you know what I mean? Again, and this was before I was in Jagged Edge. You see what I'm saying? So again, like we've known these guys since yay high. But again, but like I said, you can't start something without letting us know. And they're like, come on, bro. Like, no.
Yeah.
That was that era with the fake beef. A lot of people was talking about it.
We ain't doing that.
We doing that shit, man.
Yeah.
When y'all,
I don't even know how
That's
to
probably
fake
why
it.
they ain't tell y'all, because y'all wouldn't have been with that
Sell yours.
But do y'all feel like as R&B singers, because I mean I've seen y'all go crazy, turn up a lot of times.
Right.
Do y'all feel like as an R&B singer, you think people take y'all as soft, and sometimes you got to prove yourself?
They can take it however they want.
I see y'all know people.
It's a
down.
different situation.
Yeah,
Like they
that's
say,
it.
you
I mean,
fuck around and find out.
Your ass gonna get jumped. You hit one of the butts, your ass getting jumped. But pretty much. That's the love.
But no, I feel you like, and I talk about this sometimes, you know, like, that stigma to me is number one's played out. Number two, I don't know them R&B niggas who y'all be talking about. Who is them niggas? Like, I don't know who they are.
Right,
You know what I'm
R&B
saying?
dudes I see all get it in.
I don't know.
see Miguel
Real.
go crazy.
Come on,
Miguel.
man. Come on, man.
Dorn, yes.
He's a martial
You
artist.
mean like fight?
Yes.
Oh, no, he's a martial artist.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Miguel
see,
can go.
of course, we know Trey.
Come on, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We know
Come on.
crazy ass Chris.
Come on, man.
Like every R&B person, don't they?
Hey, G, genuine.
Listen, Pleasure P, everybody you can think of who I really know.
Yeah, bro.
Trust
I
me.
don't know them niggas who they be talking
It's
about.
not gonna be no easy win.
And what it is we're from the same places.
Right, we just got a
We
different
grew up
gift.
with around the
Right.
same.
Y'all act like we grew up in the R&B hood.
Literally.
grew up in the hood.
What R&B hood at?
how often do people bring up the Cisco fight?
That wasn't no fight.
Hold on,
Right.
Cisco
That
fight.
He spared that man.
Wait, because that's my man.
Cisco family.
Because you know we from Baltimore and
Y'all
shit.
from
So what the fuck? What happened? I ain't know this.
They was in the dressing room messing
You just
around.
put that boy in the head.
Y'all know Cisco.
You don't know how to
Backflip on your ass.
What they say?
He tried to do some flips in there.
Here we was
Jumping on
trying to
high.
do something, but
Okay.
how you say up top, I had to sun them. Had to sun them,
What was it
son.
about?
It wasn't about nothing. They was in the
wasn't
dressing room
about
messing
were
around.
getting drunk.
And- yeah, right. And it ended up getting, you know, they put how you play too much
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
And then
Well,
it ended
I wasn't-
up, I guess he ended up getting serious. Kyle was still kind of playing.
He said you wait.
Yeah, he was getting,
Cal-
well, he
Cal
was
was still
actually,
playing.
I was
Okay.
chilling.
Right.
And I ain't finna do all that. I ain't finna be nasty, but I know I wasn't the aggressor.
Okay.
But I wasn't with the bullshit either. Like, hey, man,
Yeah.
chill out. And if you could, it's on the video.
All right, chill out.
If you
man.
can see, I'm like, yo, man, chill out. And he was trying to like, oh, man, I'm losing this. You're gonna lose this.
Yeah, you notice he didn't throw that one punch.
I didn't
That's why
throw
I
no
say he
punch.
spared him.
I
He
spared
wasn't
him.
really doing them
I'm
dirty
saying,
or nothing.
I was like, y'all finna, if I'm finna walk out, I left their ass in there by themselves, both of them.
And me and him was already gone. We
They already
doing
gone.
a show. We gone.
We gone.
We out there.
Yeah.
So y'all squash all y'all.
Oh, man, this is family. This family.
There's no
This
R&B.
family.
You know what? Hey, you know what though?
Give
Amy?
me a wedgie. I ain't squash that.
You know what though, Amy? Quiet as it's kept, we fuck with all the groups. Some of them have had issues with us,
Right,
so we
right,
fuck
right.
with everybody,
Right,
man.
right.
Straight up, we fuck with it. I got respect for all of them.
All
All
of them,
of them.
Now there was a time where I feel like R&B died out a little bit. Right now it's back like crazy. Everybody's doing an R&B party, R&B tour.
The biggest parties in every city be the
R&B
R&B
Jones,
yeah.
So during that time when R&B died a little bit, how did you guys survive? Because I seen tours slow down, music slow down for R&B. Everybody was saying R&B died. How did y'all
None of it did
fight
for
through that?
us.
Not
though.
our
Right,
record.
right, yeah. We never had a period where we wasn't booked.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's probably why the music hasn't come as often as it should, because we've been on the road. You know what I mean? So at this point, we kind of looking at our career like, would we be happy like just touring for the rest of our lives? No, because we creators and we really are musicians. So
Yeah.
you know that's why we came with this album.
And I ain't gonna lie, I never respected it no way. You can't just shut down a whole genre. What's your complaint? What? All R&B sound, don't all hip hop sound, don't all
Yeah.
country sound. Like what does that mean? You
That's
know
why
what I mean?
it's a genre.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what genre means.
Everything that fits gonna be inside that genre.
Right.
So what is going to be? What can we expect different from all original parts? Like where did that title come from? Like and just for the record, y'all know They not bumping this in no trans disco. All original parts.
Yo, you stupid.
I don't know who made that up. But
That's hilarious.
y'all gonna have to open this up.
Jess, you crazy.
Yo, I was like, what? And then I was like,
Just saying. Because you know they gonna come for y'all. Like, so now we can't listen to Jagged.
No doubt. That's too funny. That was a good one,
you on that,
Jess. That was a
But I
good one
mean,
there.
I know, yo, my bad.
It just signifies the fact that, you know, not even just our era. Since groups have been a thing,
Right.
they've all broken up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
And
Jacksons broke up. They
even the
family.
Jacksons broke up.
Yeah.
They family, right. So, you know, us being the one group who's never broken up, we wanted to kind of capitalize on that. And that's why it's called All Original Parts.
Love that.
do y'all
And-
ever get worried that? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, good.
Do you guys ever get worried that like trying to top how big your other songs are? Like,
Nope.
Nope. I mean, I guess, you know, there's a possibility that we might not ever have songs bigger than. It's a possible,
Yeah.
you know.
Music
But-
like that ever again.
Right. But I just think we don't let it stop the creative process.
Absolutely.
It's the same for us.
Because
You know
it
what I
just
mean? It's the
might
same
have.
for us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
talk,
Yeah.
you never know.
And I mean, we are people don't understand like we 100% responsible for our music. So it's the same chemistry, same guys, same same wheels on the car. You know what I'm saying? So we don't look at it. We just go in there and do what we do.
And to add to what Brian is saying, I mean, this album, like Brandon Bryan said the other day, we was at an interview, you can't look at this 11th album, all original parts, like you look at J.E. Heartbreak. You feel what I'm saying? Like, give yourself a chance to sit down,
Yeah.
listen to the song, and just let it flow.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because certain songs grow on you slow. And before you know it, you be like, yo, this my shit right here.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? At first it wasn't, but now, you know what I'm saying? So please don't come up to us talking about this ain't gotta be.
It ain't supposed to be.
It ain't even ain't gotta be. Don't
trying to
say
remake
it.
gotta be.
Right. It's already done. So if you want to hear that, take your ass back.
Right.
And buy that
They
out.
gonna get that out.
Stream that.
Do y'all remember when y'all made some of those classic records and did y'all know they were gonna be smashes as soon as you made it? Like when you made Let's Get Married or
Yeah.
you made
Facts.
Promise, did y'all know like, oh, this is gonna be it?
We did kind of. I ain't gonna lie. Like
we did.
even when you look at songs like He Can't Love You, right? Every song we ever put out, we understood what it should be doing. Like we understood the only reason to drop He Came before Let's Get Married was because He Can't sounded like nothing on the radio at the time. We knew Let's Get Married was gonna be the
bigger
bomb,
song, right.
but we knew if you come in a song like this, it sounds like nothing. It's gonna make that role for Let's Get Married even bigger and easier.
And it did.
You know what I'm saying?
And it did what
so,
it needed to do.
We
Real talk.
kind
Did
of
y'all know
have been.
Let's Get Married is gonna be that legacy song that when y'all going, your kids going, your kids going? Did
Oh,
y'all
you
know
did.
that?
Envy. This man was mad that we dropped He Can't Love You
Yeah, he wanna
first.
drop it.
He
Yeah,
was
I
like,
wanted to
nah,
drop
fuck
Let's
it. We
Get
gonna straight to
We
Let's
gonna
Get
straight
Married.
Let's Get
First time I hear Let's Get Married, it just did something to me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm like, what?
He was mad at us and the record label. Man, y'all want to drop this over Let's Get Married?
But that's why I never put my opinion on a record like that again. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I knew He Can't Love You was super dope. It was a smash. But Let's Get Married, and I'm one of them anxious guys. You know what I mean? But let me
For
tell you
sure.
something. It's the setup. It's about the
Yeah.
setup.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all will never go broke because of Let's Get Married. That's always something
yeah.
Get Married.
Oh, yeah.
All praises to the
man.
Most High, my brother.
How
For
old
sure.
were y'all doing those songs? What was that time?
And see, right up here, understand, like we was writing no song. We 18, 19 years old.
He
you know?
can't love
Some
you
of
at
those, we was even
18.
17.
Yes.
Listen,
years
so
old, like, yeah.
we talked about something. One of the reasons we went that route is because what preceded us was what? Jodeci freaking you, R. Kelly, Bump and Grind, Freak Me. It was so prevalent that was the thing. We like, how do we?
We don't want to just fit in with the
Right.
with the
How do we cut
algorithm,
through that?
even though we
You know
weren't
what I'm
saying
saying?
that back then.
Because
But
more so, a lot of that was sex. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Y'all was on
Yeah.
some
Absolutely.
grown man shit, and
Absolutely.
y'all were young,
Yeah.
like
Right.
babies.
Absolutely.
And Promise, Brandon, you wrote that for
Me?
Latavia, huh? No,
I
not
wrote
for,
it for me.
You wrote it for me.
She told us that it was different.
I mean,
he said, I wrote it for me.
because I've been feeling this question since she did that interview. Listen, we're a team song. We're a songwriting team.
I
Right.
got you.
So no matter what my piece of the song may be about,
Mine ain't about that.
that don't mean the whole song is about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think when you're a songwriter, it's not always an exact story. Sometimes it's
Right,
pieces
right,
of a story
right.
that you're turning into one story.
Right,
So yeah, there was a piece in there about Latavia. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but my part wasn't. No. But I love Tommy though. But I'm just saying, my part wasn't about that.
No,
I was gonna ask you, do y'all have a problem? I feel like nowadays brothers don't beg for the vagina no more. Like,
They don't got
beg
to.
for
We
it
never
no
did.
more.
The girls don't make them.
There you go.
The girls don't make
It's
them.
not even that they don't. It's that the girls
There
don't
you
make
go.
them
They
no
ain't
more.
got to no
Okay.
more.
Like back in
He
the day,
can't
you begged
love you
for
is
it, you
at
cried
18.
for it.
It
And
was
when the girl broke
foreplay.
your heart, you was outside her house.
Real
for it.
talk, yeah.
It was
Now it's just
foreplay back then. You know, you had to lead up and just like, you know, it's gonna take about an hour and a half.
You had to work for it,
had
so
to
you
work,
was
yeah.
like hell pressed to not let it go. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right,
So it's a lot different now, man.
So how does that
It's a lot
affect the
different.
right now? Because now it's nobody's begging for nothing no more.
Nah.
Right. I mean,
You know that girl, you know.
See you next week.
I mean, with us, you know, we trying to like, even on one of our last independent releases, we had a song called I forgot what it was called, but we talked about how, you know, love ain't cool no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Our goal is try to make it cool
But
again.
now you're a simp. If you love too much, you're a simp.
To me, that's how can you loving somebody make you a simp? Like
Crazy.
that thought is some simp shit if you ask me. Like that don't make no sense to me. You know what I mean? So that's where we still coming from. We was coming from there then, and we still coming from that same point of view.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's, you know, it's too much homeboy love out there, man.
Right.
Like, it's all good to have your
homeboy
crew.
love.
Homeboy love. Like,
You're damn
too many,
right.
too
Niggas
many
love
young
when they
niggas
got-
rather kick it with their homies.
That's
man.
right.
I mean, their barber.
Wherever
That's
go,
all they
you-
loyal to is the
barber.
home.
Yeah,
The barber.
the music be about the guys loving their homies more than they be about the guys loving on the
I
women.
mean,
And I
consistent with
think
nothing
all
but them
that's
barber
necessary.
appointments.
Like, you need your team, right? That's a necessary thing,
Sure,
but you don't want to put too much attention there, and then your girl feeling some type of
Come
way.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, but you
think-
sitting, I ain't not to cut you off, I mean, but you sit in the club. I mean, the VIP section full of niggas. The other section full of girls who like back in the day used to be.
You see, like, everything, because like, sometimes I see them talking, they be like, man, I'm going to kill these niggas when I hit the streets. And then we used to be like, I'm going to kill them hoes when I hit the streets.
That's right. That's right.
It's totally different. Like,
I
it's
already
totally
know.
different.
And then how y'all used to dress back in the day. They used to
Yeah,
dress
put it
like
on,
them.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you think of like an R&B group, you know, it's nice and,
Right.
you know,
Silk
suits
shirt,
and all that
yeah.
silk shirts
Jerry
open.
curl.
You know, you
Yeah.
see the taco meat coming out the side. These niggas used to dress like they about to shoot a dice game.
And we was, right, we was shooting dice
like that, like some thug love type shit.
right.
I used to love seeing them outfits in the videos. Like, all right.
Thank you.
Now you got into a
Thank
car accident. We broke your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Break that down. What happened?
Not
And
break
I'm-
that down after you said, come on, Envy. Break that down.
I'm like, you comedian.
All right. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, I was in two car accidents inside of like 9 months.
Damn.
The first one, I just broke my leg in 2 places. I had some wrist contusions and a knot on my head. And then the second one,
What happened in the car? Did you fall asleep or did
No,
somebody cut you off?
I was coming down the street, right? You know how in Atlanta we got all those, you know, do a U-turn to turn, right?
Yeah.
So I'm coming this way. There's a car sitting right here, and I'm knowing he see me, I see him, and as I get this close, then he wants to turn. So even though I stopped my brakes as hard as I could, I still hit him. He was at fault. Like I said, just tore my car up, tore me up. But the next one was that's what really messed me up. My
Got jackknifed.
no, they call it T-bone.
T-bone,
yeah.
Right. When it's somebody right in the middle of your car. Like,
Yeah,
right.
It looked
I
like
was sitting
somebody
at a light
bummed
in
the
that
car.
on that accident. I'm sitting at a light,
Right.
and I hear these shots ring out. And next thing you know, I guess the person who got hit, he lost control of his vehicle, and he just swerved right into my vehicle. And
On the driver's side, his side.
yeah, I broke my neck.
Jesus.
I had 5 broken ribs on this side, 1 on this side. I got a scalp laceration right here. It was a lot with that one.
I know it's pretty emotional. I saw you on Tamara Hall when you talked about it and you got emotional. For the rest of you guys, when y'all heard about the second car accident, like what were you guys' reactions and like what was that like for y'all as well?
I was scared because I didn't know what to expect.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't have my license, but don't worry about that.
This man never had a license.
Hey, but I had to call.
I seen him in a couple of cars.
They never had a
Don't
license.
drive no license.
100 times.
Don't drive no license.
funny
Yeah, drive a
shit.
car.
Oh,
But I mean, you know, my wife was like, you know, once I heard it, I'm like, babe, I got to get out of here. I'm damn near falling down the steps. to get in my Uber.
Showed up,
And but in my mind, I'm just praying. I'm like, Lord, please don't cause. I mean, it's such a cliche, like I say, to hear about artists, plane accident, motorcycle accident, car wreck. So I'm like, and then it's like, this is the second one, you know. And so we got up in. When I got there, because I know the other guys were showing up, I seen them, and I was like, okay, he's not what.
But it's still him.
It's still him because he want to take his neck brace off.
Right.
He like, man, I'm take this shit off. I said, well, my nigga good.
He cracked a couple jokes when I got there, so I'm like, well, he gonna be all right.
good.
He was in pain though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and like for me, you know, it was the worst day of my life. I ain't gonna lie to you because the way I heard the call, somebody told me first. They told me he got shot because they heard the gunshots.
Right.
They said he got shot, then he got hit. So you know, this is my guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I can't talk about it either. But I
Yeah.
get
The
it.
load,
Yeah.
the gunshot, you got to grab every bit now.
Man,
Real talk. Real
Man.
talk.
Yeah, I tell you,
And
bro,
for me,
but,
I mean, you know, again, I'm always say this, man. A family that prays together stays together. You know what I mean? So I immediately just dropped on my knees, man, and sent one up. You know what I mean? God, fix this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. Leave it and put it in your hands.
Facts.
And he
All
did.
praise to the
And
Most
he
High,
did it.
man.
And he did it.
The guy that got shot, did he make it or?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. What kept you during your healing process? Like what?
My girl, my kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, they took care of me. Like,
Absolutely.
Good.
you know, everything. It was when I first got to the house.
It's all good, man.
Take it
Yeah,
to
Absolutely.
definitely all
Absolutely.
good.
Been a hell of a year, man.
Yeah.
Most
For real,
definitely.
for all of us.
Definitely.
All
Yeah.
of us.
So serious because when you hear breaking neck, you just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real talk, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
bro.
lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I got there, you know, one thing about him, you know, he was trying to be in the best spirit still. It was hard, but he was trying, you know what I'm saying? So that got me too, just seeing how strong he really is.
Right,
And, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do you look at life differently as a group and just people because it has to change the way you look and the way you move, the way you do
Absolutely.
things, the way
Absolutely.
you say goodbye to your girl and your wife and your
Absolutely.
kids. Like,
Absolutely.
it has to change all of that
Right.
For
because
all of us.
you just
For
never
all
know
of
when
us.
you know
Right.
when it's that time. And thank
Yeah.
God it wasn't, man.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, man. We so blessed to be here.
Man.
You got to think, like 15. We met each other at 15. You know, we had our little fights and gripes, but we understood the mission, and that's to stay together first. Well, keep God first. Stay
you
together
go.
first again after that. And we love what we do, but we love each other.
There you go.
And we knew our mission was, like you said, a lot of songs back then. R&B was a little soft. It was still good songs, but still was kind of soft. And then you had some that was kind of freaky. And so we definitely came up with the concept of where we want to speak on the behalf of brothers like DJ Envy, Jagged Edge, who wear Timbos, who wear Jordans. You know what I'm saying? We just not throwing on the suit.
You know, be more relatable, man.
And be more relatable about, hey, I'm hurt. You hurt me, baby.
Right.
And we need to talk about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know, or I promise to stay there with you. Although, you know, you may be going, I want to learn what I need to do better. So we knew that the message was more powerful coming from something real instead of something that the label or the audience kind of expect.
Right.
No, it's a little deeper than that. You know, music has a message behind it.
Yeah, I'm super glad of the route we took, man. We never wanted to exclude anybody from our music or you know what I mean, like exclude this certain sale to this certain our block or this certain type of people. You know what I mean. One thing about we all have in common is we have loved somebody or wanted to love somebody. You know what I mean, and that's a universal language for us. You know what I mean, love. So that's what we're gonna promote.
And I always want to know how humble y'all always stay so humble, right? Been in this industry a long time, and every time I see y'all or you see your fans, you guys always smile, you always take pictures,
Absolutely.
you always shake hands, and you don't see that a lot. What put that into you? Because like I said, I've known you guys a long time, and you guys treated me the same when I was on radio, just doing
Facts.
mixtapes, whatever it was.
Facts.
And y'all don't know, but I used to tell people y'all my cousin.
Wait,
Casey.
But you not
I'm
black.
about to say. I know if he showed up to the family reunion, they'd be like, "Is he here to do the grass?"
But
Yeah.
I used to tell everybody that was my cousin for real. I'm like,
Casey. That's dope. That's dope.
Okay.
Envy.
like that.
Jess, what?
Did anybody ever
Jess
tell y'all
is
that?
different. She just she look
I
at
think
it.
he told us that one other time. Yeah, he told us that.
I ain't gonna lie. Somebody said to me, y'all, that y'all actually could because are you from up top too? You from
Queens?
up north? You from up? They're just saying like it ain't a lot of y'all up top like that. So you're like y'all might be related somewhere down the line for real.
Not you at the front door of the club talking about, you don't know me, I'm Jagged Edge.
My cousins.
That's
People
real
come in
crazy.
saying that.
Nobody ever was like, well, sing then.
Oh, God.
Envy, that's really crazy to admit out loud. Like, really crazy.
But that's really, really important to us, our fans, man.
Right.
Like we
Yeah.
do recognize that, like that's one of the main reasons we're still here as well.
The
Our fans,
reason,
yeah,
right.
the reason, yeah.
But and you know what else too though? Like that's part of the reason for us, for our image being what it is. Like we felt like the acts that came before us was almost like this fairy tale untouchable thing. We never wanted that. We just four regular niggas that sang. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
all we wanted to be.
We want to look
You
like
know what I'm
us.
saying? Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So I know y'all chose the songs that you made because you said you wanted to cut through, but how did you choose who you worked with in the song? It's already for y'all and y'all are all lit together, but y'all were very particular about who you featured
Right.
on songs and who you
Right.
worked with. How did y'all at 18, 19 choose that?
Now,
A lot of
that's
time was
JD.
Jermaine, right, a lot of time was Jermaine who chose that. But when it wasn't, you know, even back then in our early 20s, teenage years, we sit down at a table like a boardroom, and we have ideas and we toss them around, and you know, some don't make it, some do, but we're very intentional about the things that we're doing. So we sit down, we discuss it.
Absolutely.
Y'all got a favorite song on the album?
Yeah.
It changed every day to me.
Mine is the single. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut y'all, Jess.
No, it's fine.
No,
Burger with cheese.
I mean, I know you're the guy who loved the singles that's going hit.
I mean, but yeah, it's like, and,
He's
you know,
like that on every album. He loves it.
So,
We call him
so,
cheeseburger with cheese.
and y'all already know we're balladeers from the heart. You know what I mean? But so anytime we get a bop,
Yeah,
come on, man.
That's
like,
the one.
Like, that's it, man. Like that's a bop, man.
So
like,
what is
come
your
on.
what is the
Oh,
the one? What's
just
the vibe?
might get it. Be careful what
Just
you wish
might
for, cause you just
might get it.
Okay.
Come on now.
I think for
What's
me
your
right
favorite?
now it's Forever Love. Forever Love for me right now.
Okay.
For me, I'm gonna go with She Said What She Said.
She said what she said.
Yeah.
And she said,
Somebody just text me and said they can't get past that.
Yeah.
She said what she said.
Get
It's
past
gonna
that.
grab you. It's one of those songs like
Okay.
if you ain't ready, you gonna be crying. You don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
We had somebody crying yesterday when we was playing it. I ain't gonna name no names.
Who was crying? Who was crying?
I'm
Regular-
I'm like, how many
listen
times
to
you heard
that.
the song? Yesterday, what happened yesterday that made you cry? Now's the time to talk about it.
I'm telling you.
Are you guys gonna have any like special guests on the tour?
hold on, wait. What's your favorite song?
Jess, let me tell you something. You turn up loud enough. I'm not loyal to what's favorite because I mean we was playing the album the other day.
The song whore.
He done switched like in
I'm a song whore.
So you gonna vibe the
I'll
whole
give you any
album?
song whatever.
Wait, he the reverend, man. He the song for it now. I don't know.
My bad, Lo. What you?
Special guests on the tour. Like y'all bringing anybody out? Anybody popping out?
All us on this one.
Yeah, but it's a couple things been offered to us. We just haven't necessarily accepted. So we'll see.
An
Right.
intimate evening with Jagged Edge.
Absolutely. That's the whole point of it. And we plan on doing that, you know, throughout the spring. We probably take out a bigger tour later, you know, mid-summertime, something
Yeah.
like. But this is just to celebrate the 25 years of J Heartbreak and just us still being here. You know what I mean?
And honestly, I you know, this idea was kind of live. It was kind of Live Nation's idea, and you know, we just kind of fielded it, and we thought, yeah, that would be dope. So, like you said, it's only a few. It's about 9 dates on that tour, right? And then when that's over, it's we probably out for the rest of the summer.
Absolutely.
Like,
Now y'all got some songs that people love that I don't know y'all gonna be able to do on the tour or not. Like the Nasty Girl, the Traded All.
No, see,
Look, there you
but
go.
look,
Look.
I just go. Those are my songs, and if I come, I just need to know, like, is that a thing? I love all music now.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Because that's the next thing I was going to say. Like, we pay attention to our fans. I mean, we've had people hold up signs like with Remedy on it. We actually got cussed out one time overseas. A dude was shooting a bird at us in the audience for the entire show.
You know what shooting a bird is?
Your middle finger.
Okay.
That's what
I know they don't say it like that up here. So.
Oh yeah. He was giving us a finger. He was giving us a finger the entire show. So of course, we're gonna go out
Not
and
the entire show.
I mean, well,
It felt like the whole show.
we mentioned. I mean, we seen it, verbatim. So we went out in the crowd. And after the show and whatnot, and we seen dude and approached him.
What was up?
And was like, "Hey man, what's going on? Like, we shooting us, giving us the finger the entire show." He was like, "Cause y'all do my favorite song, man."
My song.
And it was for the rest of our lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
he said, I know the way y'all was running through those numbers, y'all wasn't gonna do my song.
Yeah.
And we was like, what's your song? He like, rest of our lives. I was like, we don't even do that song.
But now we've added that in the show. We've got like a bunch of new records in the show.
Okay.
Along with what we already have.
But that's not what she was alluding to.
I know, and I know what she was alluding to.
I'm asking the question because I think people. I know for me, if I come out Intimate Night with you guys, I do want to hear "Trade It All" is my song. "Nasty Girl" is my song.
Absolutely.
Like,
Let me just say this too, right? Because we just had this conversation last night, right?
with each other.
No, with a radio station. Diddy, that's my brother. That's our brother. Like, we've had a good relationship with him. I can't speak on nobody else's. It ain't my business, right? But at the end of the day, I can only deal with my interactions with the man.
And it wasn't nothing like.
And I'm talking about plenty of them. After being around him 30, 40 times, I never seen nothing that offended me. He's never offended me. Right. He always made sure if we was in his space, we felt welcome.
Absolutely.
Right.
And like I said, all the other things that other people talk, they can have that. Right. I had an uncle went to jail for 11 years. Let me shout out my Uncle Larry.
Uncle Larry.
I had an uncle went to jail for 11 years, and he was always still just my Uncle Larry. Then changed to the point where he's some different guy because he did some messed up stuff. Right. He's still my Uncle Larry. And it's the same with Diddy to me. At this point, I don't know if he's innocent or if he's guilty, but that's my brother. And that's all I can say about it.
Pray for him, man.
Pray for him.
Absolutely.
Pray for him.
Yeah, damn right.
But I do want to ask, Trade It All. Were y'all surprised he called y'all and not home?
And not 112.
Not 112.
Listen,
I'm
Jazzy.
like, 112, I'm pissed the fuck off.
Listen, and it's crazy because really,
It's Jazzy.
we got more songs with him than they do.
Right.
We got like 3-4 songs with bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That's why he said the cheerleading and the rah-rah shit.
He was mad about that. Hey, get to the bottom of it.
You know.
The album definitely picking up right now, and we appreciate you guys for joining.
Man,
Yes.
Thank y'all for having us, man.
Let's get into a joint off the album. What y'all want to hear?
Let's go with the single.
Yeah,
Just might get
Just
it.
might
Just
get
might
it.
get it.
Video out on Friday.
When did tour start?
March
26th, Dallas.
26.
March 26th in Dallas. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. It is Jagged Edge. It's the
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
Love y'all.
Yeah.
Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club.